The M4A4 Howl is one of the most coveted skins in the entire history of Counter-Strike. Due to problems upon the release of the skin, it's the only item in the entire game to receive the contraband rarity level. With clone crafts steadily on the rise, people have flocked to their inventories in attempts to make a Howl of their own. I recently gained some traction when I posted my own version of the craft on the Own a Pixel subreddit, and quite a few of you have asked for a tutorial. So in this video, I'll show you exactly how I made mine, as well as offer a brief history of the gun itself. Let's get right into it.
Are we rushing in, or are we going sneaky beaky like?
The year is 2014. CSGO has been out for less than 9 months when Valve dropped the Huntsman collection. This collection had some notable skins like the Vulcan AK and the Atomic Alloy M4A1S, but was spearheaded by an extremely popular community skin called the M4A4 Howling Dawn. It had over 4,500 votes on its community page, leading Valve to crown it as the top dog of the collection. However, it would soon come to light that the artwork on the gun was, in fact, stolen by its submitters. In response to an incoming DMCA strike from the original artist, Valve opted to change the artwork of the skin, ban its fraudulent submitters, and remove the skin from being obtained in-game forever. To commemorate its brief history, Valve gave the skin its own rarity of contraband, and to this day, it is the only skin in the entire game to earn that rarity. Now, fast forward about 10 years into the future to October 2nd, 2024. Valve has just released the Elemental Craft stickers alongside the Armory update in order to expand new possibilities within the already ever-creative skins community. Drawn like moths to a dog-shaped flame, this sticker set would provide the community with everything we needed to finally recreate the rarest M4 in the game. Disclaimer time. So obviously I am not the first guy to create this craft. These stickers have already been out for 6 to 7 months before this video. Like I said, I just had a version that got some traction on Reddit, and I wanted to share how I made it with the larger community. So with that out of the way, let's start talking about what we're going to need to make this craft. Alright, so the two main things we're going to want to consider is 1, how we're using our stickers, and 2, the paint seed of the M4 converter that we're going to use as the base. In terms of sticker usage, what we're looking to do is just come as close as possible to the shape of the wolf dog thing on the OG Howl. To do this, the stickers I'd recommend you get are 1 winding scorch, 1 boom trail, 1 scorch loop, and 2 high heat stickers. Now let's talk about arguably the more slept on aspect of the craft, which is what paint seed you use for your converter. Like honestly, one of the biggest visual cues that you're looking at a fake Howl is the converter's lack of bright red detail in the upper assembly and magazine. Luckily for us, the converter is a pattern skin, so if we look through enough seeds, we're bound to find one that does feature those red accents in the areas I just mentioned. Personally, I prioritize a good seed as one that features red paint in the following areas in order of most to least important. Okay, so the first and most important area I would prioritize would be the stock tube. This area of the gun pops out really apparently on the original, and since it's magnified by first-person view, it's a pretty easy pick for top priority. Second most important for me is going to be the gun barrel. The OG Howl sported these really unique accents both on the tip of the gun barrel and in between the handguard. Unfortunately for us, the converter doesn't have accents in the exact same places, so we'll have to settle for getting a converter with accents on the gun barrel itself. Luckily for us, there are still plenty of seeds that feature an accent like that. Third up on the priority list is going to be the sight rail. This is where we have to start to compromise on total accuracy just because there aren't many, if any, converter seeds that have this top rail fully red. So for now, we'll just have to take what we can get. Then last, and well, arguably least, is going to be the magazine. Now I know this is going to polarize some people because the mag on the OG Howl is prominently red. However, any seed that I could find with a red mag often lacked red in the aforementioned parts. Considering this, as well as how it's unseen in first person, I'd simply prioritize this last. So there you go. Now you can take what you've learned and have a nice, long look at all 1000 seeds on the converter wiki page. Good luck! Yeah, just fucking kidding. I already did that for you. Here's every single notable seed I found. You're welcome. Alright, without further ado, here is a full guide on exactly how I crafted my M4 Howl clone. So first thing out of the gate that I'm going to recommend is having a reference up, whether it be on your second monitor or if you have to switch windows. Having a picture to refer back to is going to make this craft a lot easier. Okay, so getting started, we're going to take our scorch loop or winding scorch. I don't know, dude. I'm so tired of buying these things, I've forgotten their names. So we're going to take this and angle it downwards towards the magazine on the gun. A lot of people have them higher and angled like this, but that just ain't it, baby. So we're gonna angle it downwards, put it closer to the magazine, and yeah, now let's scratch this thing up. So the visual cue I like to use for how scratched I need it to be is like I put it at the last 3 letters of the word preset. So as long as it's in that area, I think it's gonna be the right scratch percentage. It's not gonna go too far on the left side, and it's gonna have this nice like triangular point at the bottom of the jaw ideally. Now we'll just go ahead and confirm that, and we'll be on to the next one. Next up, we're gonna take our boom trail, and you know, similar conversation as the first one. Don't put the angle too high. I know it's tempting because the OG Howl had a lot of coverage on the upper receiver, but for sake of accuracy in the face, we're just gonna have to lay this one down. So what I line up to make sure that I've got the snout right is I go from the top of the trigger mechanism to the front wall, and then from that wall to the iron sight. And I know if I've got those things lined up, then I've got the nose right. Go ahead and confirm that, and we're ready for the next part. Next batter up is gonna be the squiggly one. So we're gonna slap it over here and reverse it, because we're gonna use this, unlike some crafts use it for the neck and some other shit, we're gonna use it to finish out the top of the head and connect it to our high heats later on. Similar thing to the original one, we're gonna get a scratch to about the last part of the word preset, and essentially the goal with this part is just to line it up to make a sick looking eye, because if it doesn't have an eye, nobody's gonna think it's a howl for even a second, I promise. Anyways, once you got that lined up, go ahead and confirm that one, and we will once again move on. Second to last is going to be using the first of our high heats. We're going to drag it over to the middle of the receiver, and there's going to be 2 of these. There's going to be one connected to the head like this, and there's going to be one flowing off the back to be the hair or whatever it is on the original. You can do either one of them first, it's really up to you. Personally, I like to go for the outer one first, because then when you put the middle one last, it's going to cover up any of the empty spaces left over. But you know, the world is your oyster, man. Do whatever you want. Go ahead and slap that baby on there, confirm, and we are on to the final one. So finally, we're on the last one. We're gonna take our last high heat sticker and place it right smack dab in the middle. It's our centerpiece. It's gonna hold everything together. I like to angle it up a little bit because the fur or whatever on the OG Howl kind of has this like lilting comb over look to it. So once you get that dialed in, get it angled up the way you like it, go ahead and confirm, and there you go. You have your very own fake howl. You can go ahead and inspect it, check it out, look at it from a couple different angles, get the first person view, and admire your work of art. So there you guys have it. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to plant the bomb on that like button and physically assault that subscribe button. Again, thanks for watching, and remember, Rajbi, suka, bled.